Me going to Newman Smith and me going to Newman Smith High School in Carrollton, Texas. And I used to play basketball with a lot of people and at the park in Newman Smith High School. And I used to play basketball with a lot of people. And OG Pee Wee, this is for him. You talk about you having a kid. This is not about having a kid and having a gang member kid. I'm gonna tell you something. I went to Newman in 2019. You stop. You're not listening. You're gonna break something. You're gonna break. Give me that. In 2019, in 2019, see, in 2019, we talked about. I was on I was on a dark bus going to Carrollton to downtown Carrollton, right? Carrollton Station. And I saw one of my friends, my old high school schoolmates in Carrollton, Texas. He played on the basketball team. And we played in the gym. I always had regular play, and I always ventured and played regular basketball. That's bad luck, Hubert. I'm gonna take that broom away from you. You ain't listening. You ain't listening. That was and the thing is, all right. See, you keep playing. Dad trying. No, I don't want more. Let that. See, I'm gonna give you your cereals in a few minutes. But you're not listening, I'm not gonna give it to you. Stop. Yeah, I want to tell you this. Me going to see, keep on. Don't sweep nobody's foot. Me going to and I saw him on the bus. And I saw him on the bus. And I wanted to tell you, when I saw him on the bus and I did all of these things, we started talking about the memory because him and this guy, they used to be calling basketball. And every time we played somebody different at Newman Smith High School. And he found that I had a kid and he was shocked that I had a kid. But my mindset always been about work and striving in Newman Smith High School. And I always wanted better. And when you're in school and your teacher taking you to job court and you going to Newman Smith and your teachers believe in you, but job court wanted to be racist and we understand why you come here, but we don't want to. I'm not worried about them because at these schools, worry about people what people think. How can we be better? And sometimes the institutions and these businesses and these schools and these workers, they worry about what people think. And my teacher said, look, but we're not going to let that stop me. We were for different job corps locations at a time where job corps was being stupid. And sometimes you are not doubting yourself. They are doubting you. You see, if you break somebody not listening, you're acting a fool right now. I'm on my social media because you're doing it on purpose. And they didn't want to accept me. And sometimes you ain't the problem, they're the problem. Because they judge you. See, you're not listening. You're not listening. Keep on. And they make it the problem. They make it the problem so much. That is bad. You're being a crybaby. You're being now keep playing. You're crying like a baby. See, when I take your car, you cry, right? You cry, right? Keep on. Now, why you doing the same thing? Yeah, you doing the same thing. Yeah. Right? Yeah, you do it. No. But I want to tell y'all something with that. Hold on right there. You. I'm trying to talk to the people right there. You want to let me talk to the people? Don't stop with that, bro. That's bad luck, man. That's bad luck. You're not going to understand how to take it away from you. You're not, because you're doing something by not listening. But I want to tell y'all something. Me and how I handle myself since 14 and 15, that what brought me this far. You know, I didn't just hang out in the streets. I didn't just do this and do that. I went to colleges. I went to Brookhaven Nursing Home at Newman Smith. I went to thrift stores and helped out. I went to things that I was working. But let me tell you something. What it comes with it. Let me tell you something, because these kids at these jobs, they want to be rappers. They want to do these things. But I'm gonna tell you something. Having a kid don't make you a man, and taking care of your responsibility don't make you the man. The way you move and do things, that will make you a man, and that's what's gonna make your kid respect you in the long run. Having a kid and showing off your kid doesn't make you the man. How you carry yourself and how you move in different ways, that what makes you a man. That was going to make you think. And I move different. My legacy, when I have my kid, I want my legacy with my kid to know how I move, how I was able to want to grow and push myself when jobs of racism in Walmart and all the rest of them do. That's what I want my kids to know and my family to know. I'm still willing to push myself when we got racism. It's never going to change. And the one thing we face in democracy in America is racism personality. And that can be the biggest problem that we have of in society. And that's going to cost us in the long run, because we just looking at color. We just are looking at the color of our skin, but we're not just looking at personality. And that can cost us America, and it can make us go in the downtrend. Let me tell you the reason why you having climate change, that you're not figuring it out yet. And you reporters, y'all think it's weather. The more bodies in those grounds, and you destroy God's earth, that caused a big problem. You're digging grounds where barriers are at, and that is causing the problems for your earth to have a climate change. This is not in the Pacific. The way you keep putting grave sites in different places, that's what's causing your earth to die. Not just climate change, but that's what's causing it. You're going to break something and you're not listening. And if I have to get off my social media, and you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. I'm going to turn off that TV and you're going to take a nap. You're not going to like it. I'm warning you. You're not going to like it, Hubert. Don't start crying when I take something from you. And I take that pad and I turn that TV off. Don't start doing that. Because you refuse to listen. I'm warning you. You see, you're still willing to define it. So that's the thing. You talking about having a kid. It's about how you carry yourself. It's about the way you do things. I want my kid to know I was able to move different. I was able to strategize where friends wanted to get high and they wanted to do stupid shit. That's why I wanted my son to know that I wanted more out of life. I wanted more of growth. I wanted more of a growth. I wanted more things out of life. And if it took me to hang by myself, and it took me to make new friends with old friends did me wrong, they were jealous and other things, and women came. I want my kid to know, no matter what, these women gonna come and go out of your life, but hold yourself down. One thing is a king. When I had apartments and I did it, jealous when I even was in school and all of them decided they want to leave, and I had to hold everything down by myself. It's a king job to keep this kingdom running. It's a king job. When I taught the Ticket to Work program, they went up to Walmart, and Walmart Doug McMillan, Charles said I couldn't do it. And I was going through something in the call center, and the Social Security did not want to hear me out. Racism. And they cut me off. I was going through a transition until I would just start getting paid. So we had to wait. So us making a report of going to Social Security, me and the Ticket to Work program, I didn't have that job at the same time. So I had to give them a week or a month to be able to give me a job. A month to go to Social Security. And I'm trying to tell them at the call center, and they're hanging up in my face. Like this guy went up to Walmart. This ticket to work program guy went up to Walmart, and Charles and the rest of the manager told me I couldn't do it. So you know what he said? I believe in it. This person that's getting paid by the government, I believe in it. But let me tell you what they did know. And they wanted me to say, Hubert, Dallas and Fort Worth DFW got a problem. And I need you to go somewhere else where we can help you steadier than, because these business, they got a problem. Jealousy was at DFW airport. And one thing Miss what's her name said, they was helping me with the jobs at Ticket to Work program. And when the racist manager at DFW airport, he was like Hubert. He was like Hubert. It's not like that. When this black employee and this guy took racism side, and this black kid was jealous at Smart Talk DFW airport. So you know what she told me? Fuck that DFW airport. Fuck them. Said, Hubert, we gonna get you another job. But I hate, one of the things we hate, that we live in different counties, and Ticket to Work program gotta be in different counties, and we are not allowed to space out. They wanted somebody a second look on my career because they was being stupid and all the rest of it. Why should I sacrifice? Why should I sacrifice those things? And you ain't trying to understand me. You can hate me, but you will respect me, like DJ Khaled said. But that respect come with assaults. It come with black people not acting right. It come with people that don't want to listen to other people's opinion. You see, you ain't listening. Look what you just caused. And I told you to stop messing with it. See, when I get off here, I'm turning that TV off. And now you're not going to have no toys. I'm about to take that tablet away. You don't care? When you have that TV off, don't start crying. Yeah, I got that remote right there. Go get a towel out that hall closet right there. There's a hall closet. Go get a dry towel. Go get the dry towel out that hall closet, Hubert. Man, that's you had your own damn tablet. Go get a towel out that tablet, Hubert. Go get a towel out that closet right there. The left right there. Yeah, dry towel. Yeah. There's a bunch of towels, Hubert, in the closet at the top. You don't see those towels? Yeah. Now you caused my tablet to get wet, dude. Come on, man. You're not listening.
I feel like too.
What is that? That's what that situation is. But man, it's not about having a kid, OGPW. It's about what you do and how you carry yourself. That what kind of leader that your son wants you to be and everything wants you to be. You know, I was talking to my mama one day, and I wanted my little nephew, little Dominic, and little John to get a job at 14 and 15 years old. And one thing my mama said, because I went to school, and when they was going to Newman Smith, and my mama like, they're a kid, let them be a kid, and not let them work. But I wanted them to strive. But my mama disagreed because we didn't have that same goal and that same principle. I say, my little nephew can go to school and maintain and get a job while they're in Newman Smith. It's about what you do with that. So I wanted my little nephew, little Dominic and little John, I wanted to see them in a high point because I believe in them. And I was telling my little nephew, I was telling my mama, I want little Dominic and them to get a job. And my mama disagreed with me on that. She was like, let them be a kid, but I wanted them to work. I wanted them to stay in school, and I wanted them to work also at that. And that's what I did. At 14, 15 years old, and I had a job at Big Lots. And when I was in Newman Smith, and I go to co-op and I leave early. It's not about that. My first interview It got Creekview over there. They got it at Walmart. They used to have Albertsons. And that manager, Albertson, was being racist. And when my job coach teacher, she got a G-Wagon. I don't think she worked there no more. And she's always in there. She's the black lady at Newman Smith. And every time we go in there and sound, one day we called, and Albertson was acting funny. Racism where Albertson was acting funny. But let me tell you, everybody, all of my teachers at Newman Smith know the fight we was gonna have, and we know the way we was gonna get into where I was gonna go. We know that. You know, I see my friend Steven that I was in classroom with, and I see other people, and I see my other classmates that Miss Chastity and all us and doing us with, and I see where I'm at in life and where they are not at. When Miss Gulo, that's why Miss DJ Kelly reminded me Miss Gulo on Facebook, because Miss Gulo convinced me to go to that program on moving on up in merit grounds, but I had 3 more years left in school. And I think that was the best decision I ever made about going to that program and just not staying at Newman Smith for 3 more years. And people don't even know that was in my graduation. I had 2 times the graduation on stage. I had 2 times to graduate on stage. And that was in my graduation. And people don't know that. And I'm not talking down on my little nephews. I love them to death. And I'm not talking down on them. And I want people to know this, and I want them to know. I'm not talking down. I just want them for better. You know, I wanted them to have that same mentality that I had. And I love them to death. This is not talking about down by your little nephews and little down there. I think the world of them. But the situation, I wanted more. It's not about what you do, it's how you do it. It's not about you being in jail and teaching your kid how to be all. It's about how you move and how you're willing to do it. Let me tell you, Walmart God said money. Walmart is making a lot of money off me with those tricks and off my idea. But it's going to cost them, because every time they pay me, and then Walmart deliver van, I don't know nothing. It's the reason why Joe Biden told me they're going to pay me every time. They don't want to let me sit at the table. They're going to pay me. God said, be patient. Be patient. They're going to pay me every time they decide those trucks to move. Or they're going to pay me. Walmart is going to pay me every time. From those trucks dropping off for Walmart, they're going to pay me every time. But God understands needs matter. Walmart gonna pay me every time. I'm waiting. God said, wait. Wait when the enemy think they got this all figured out. So understand this, OGP. It's about how I carry myself. It's about me having a job at 14 and 15-year-old going to school with money to be able to push that self. Not just being out on the streets the other day. Not just being out on the streets. I wanted more. Let me tell you the thing with Lil Diamond. Let me tell you the thing with Lil Diamond and me. I'm gonna tell you something. The person I did music with, he wanted to get high, and they wanted to do. When I understand Master P, and Master P talk about the brand, like me being around Marissa and Demir and them and Sky and some of them, my brand didn't match what they had hand me down. They didn't have clear, and I had these things. When Sabina met me, I had these things. I had these things. And you know, I had all of these things. And that was the main thing. It didn't match. You know, and God said you should have saw something was a red flag with Sabina when her friends don't have, and that caused jealousy. And she want to say you the problem. And I think she Austin this is his. When she tell me to go, I don't want it. This is my story. It's not about Sabina. It's not about Demira. It's not about Summer. It's not about none of these people in Carrollton. This is my story, and I'm going to tell it. Just like on the movie, what the guy played with this, I watched it, and he played in the Tyler Perry. This is my story, Carrollton. And Sabina, if you and your family and your friends don't like it, heck it, I don't need you. This is my story. And I want Carrollton, Texas, and I want Sabina to know, when you take off for jealousy, I don't need you, and God don't need you. This is my story that I'm going to tell, even though when people terrorize me to stop me from having a voice, from stopping me having a voice because they selfish. We showing how black people can be ruthless. They don't want us to care about themselves. But God said in my heavens, everybody show love to each other. It's not about, let me tell you, when I was in there, it's not about your attraction. I'm not looking at people's body. Okay, if you're a teenager, I'm not looking at those things. Your spirit has got me intrigued. Your beauty is nothing to God. It ain't nothing to the heavens and God. It ain't nothing to the heavens and God, but your spirit and your mindset, God keep his eyes on. And I want them to let it know in Walmart and why let them know that the spirit, your spirit and your mindset. You think I'm worried about your beauty and how you look in your beauty? You think I'm worried about how sexy your leg is, how sexy your face is? I'm not worried about that thing. God in the heavens, he always kept his eyes on your spirit, even though when you got a form of body waiting on you in heaven. Everybody think this is a spiritual thing, wrong thing. Let me tell you, when the baby come out of the womb, God don't want that baby to have any memory of the heavens, of knowing him, any the way he's created, because that can be a big fact. If you know what you know, that can be a big dangerous impact if this baby knows something about something of the heavens. And yes, now I'm standing at the sky. And that can be a big impact that God able to create while in the room. Yeah, sperm created. But that can be a big impact that the creator allowed that to happen. Allowed them to know something and how they was created while they was in the womb. Not this was sperm. That can be a big problem of what we have here in society. But I want OGP, please don't lie, man. I know your kid up there talking to other kids and other teenagers, and that's gonna come. Please don't lie, man. My fight is bigger than that. This is my story. I want to tell Sabina and them in Dallas and Marissa and them, this is my story. And if you can't listen, God don't need you or any one of you. We'll do it without you. You know what I said something? I said something. One of my brother's friends, I liked it. I was broke, and she turned me down, right? And about last year before last, she was in my house and she turned me down, right? A long time ago. And she came in my other house in my apartment, and one thing I told her, I'm sorry for hollering at you, right? I'm sorry for just going at you the one. She said, Hubert, you didn't have to do that. Because we should be friends. You should be in your place. We should be friends. So um So I had to tell her. Now I know she where she used to. Now I know she where she's supposed to be, and I'm where I'm supposed to be. And what I know, people when they say they want to be friends, and like this Walmart co-worker, let them stay. I used to work with, let them stay where they at. And I learned that let them stay where they at. I don't want to be attracted to you. I don't want that. Don't mean I'm getting that. Means that we need to stay in your place. I'm not even in a relationship with my baby mama. I decided that I want to be single because she needs to take the power of her own life. And I can't have a woman that's not taking power of her life and let other people and family predict that. And she's scared of the world. So and I can't have that in those formats. So I decided to let this be friends. So she my baby mama. She got a little boyfriend. She do her thing. But she's scared of the world. And I ain't nowhere near scared. I just think I think people need to stay where they at. And I wish them the best of luck. And people are friends for a reason. And never doubt those things. And people that turn you down, please, I learned let them stay where they at. I don't care if Christina turned me down. You turn me down, God say, please stay where you at. Hey, hey. So we gotta let people stay where they at, man. We just gotta let them stay there. And you keep pushing yourself away, you keep doing those things. But God said, let them continue to stay where they at, you know, because you'll never find anything that understand you. One thing when I read books, and when I was in McDonald's, and this guy was talking to me at 2996, and he was like, when I'm reading the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it talks about relationship, and there's one black guy in character, he said, Hubert, how you like the book is good, right? And and um and one thing I didn't like about Rich Poor Dad in another book, it talks about relationships. But when we talk about relationships and we talk about attraction, that and we talk about and we try to get at somebody, they don't discuss the racism that comes with it. They don't discuss when people are being racial and sneaky and deceiving to set us up with racism attacks. I told the Justice Department they called me, and I'm gonna tell them to get Douglas Miller called me to settle this thing in court. No, we're gonna set it out here because you took it. You took it and lied. You lied to the man. Those fans. Every time you get money off of me, Douglas Miller, I want money, and it's taking the Justice Department a while because I've been networking and Dallas, Texas, playing catch up. I've been networking. But the Justice Department gonna know that, right? The music office gonna know that. In the music industry gonna know that, right? They're gonna know that, right? When they look at all my accounts, right? I didn't have Trump on. I didn't give Trump in 2019. I didn't get Trump in none of the Capitol Hill, my social media platform. They was already watching me. They know. Young Jeezy, they know. All the rest of y'all, they know. For work, if you will continue to carry this home for work, they know. But the DA gonna have to make a sacrifice. Their life is gonna go to jail. And everybody keep telling me this lady in Dallas County DA that working with Miss Brooks gonna talk about don't make you say the same thing Miss Brooks said. Right? God said, you say the same thing and you abuse your power, right, state of Texas? You abuse your power, Miss Brooks, right? My fault to keep doing what you're doing, y'all, Dallas, state of Texas. And then you want to lie to your community about what you did me? God knows that we saw your spirit. Look what this dude did. Dude, my thing is about the Hubert. My thing is about the collapse. My whole thing is about the collapse. With you putting that water in there like that, my pad. I'm gonna have to let that dry out. My whole thing is about the collapse with that situation. My whole thing is about the collapse with that situation. But I want to let people know that don't make you a man just because you have the kid. It's the way you do things and what they're gonna make your kid feel like you the best dad ever. It's the way you do. And I'm not being a hypocrite, but I have to think about everything that I do. And I have to strategize and do the things that I do. One thing my kid said something about me, he said something, he said something, Daddy, you a joke. And one thing I told him, it don't make you a joke when you stand up for what you believe in and other black people trying to crucify you for it because of hatred. I want my kid to know hatred, how black people shows it. Are them not trying to understand us? Instead of, God said, you have rules down in my heavens. You show hatred in my heavens, you get outcast. Instead of showing love to each other, you get outcast. But let me tell them, they know. Callan don't lie to me. They know, Trump know the fake shit that you pulled when you had that thing going on. They know the fake shit that y'all pulled when you had that stuff going on. Now you're on tour. They know the fake shit that you pulled. But God say this and that. The rap industry just gonna lose me then. If that's the consequences. And they want to believe deception and lies. But you think that they don't know about what you did? They think that you think they don't know, right? About y'all lying, Yellow Breezy? You know, one thing they're gonna realize something on my social media when I try to explain my ideas, how other humans behave themselves, telling you to shut up. Don't you try to rap. They're gonna be able to see these things and identify these things. They want to kill me and do all this thing while the system lies. While the system lied time and time and after again. Why they lie? And this dude didn't mess with my pad, dude. That's a bitch. Glad this is my old pad, dude. So it's just not about that. It's how you, when I can get on the dark bus and I can get on the dark bus and on the dark bus in Carrollton, I see one of my friends out with the Newman Smith and we play in the gym all day. Him and his other friends, they had braids and we shooting hoops with each other. And people love the way I shoot and love the way I do things on the basketball court. If it's in my community or any one of those things, the way we do things. Too much. I gotta knock water out of my shit. Shit, this dude right here did some shit that he was supposed to. Don't worry about it. As long as my other tablet, my new tablet, are not in the way. As long as my new tablets are not in the way. Hey, I had to work, man. People, they say they don't need you, right? They say they don't need you. These black women say they don't need you. We're gonna let our crap show. Hubert, what did you do? What did you do? You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening.
I'm not here.
Now, because you're doing something you don't got no business doing.
I'm not here.
No, you playing dumb.
I'm not here. The sun's got me outside.
You lucky these things in the box. They can't get that damage was in the box. You lucky these things is in the box. You be quiet. You lucky these things in the box. They say they don't need me. God said I don't need you. These women don't lie to me. Say I don't need you. Stop, Hubert. So if I turn on, you be quiet. You be quiet. See, if I get off this computer, you ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. I'm gonna show you. You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And you're not gonna get no cereal. You're gonna wait till later. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, be like that. But I want to tell y'all something. They did what they did to me and they wrong. We know when we on Big Live and lie to me and how people can be selfish and trying to take your ideas and they don't want to hear you out when you talk about restructuring. I have put myself out there time and time again. I feel like Vegeta. If I got to prove myself and I do it again. These women say they bosses, right? You call yourself bosses, right? But you with 40, 50 niggas and you being intimidated. You're a boss when you hold your own down, when you don't let intimidation happen. You're a boss when you take control of your life. That's when you're a boss. You're a boss when you say no, when you take control of your life. That's when you're a boss. That's when you understand the concept of what we're fighting for here. Those things you talking about, those things that the concept that you talking about, you have to understand it to embrace it and move it with power. I never been a slacker. But I'm telling people, and I want Carrollton and I want Sabine and them to know this is my story. And I don't care if your jealous cousin, the jealous friends don't like it. This is my story. You're in my life or you're out of it. And I don't need you. This is my story. You ain't with me in the ride, and I'm keep pushing through in this ride. Baby, we don't need you. You choose jealousy. You choose intimidation. You choose all of that. When I worked at U-Haul, and me and this girl, we liked it. We also, she works at the front, I'm one at the back. And we used to connect on the level at U-Haul in Addison. And one of my employees named Ijo, he intimidated her. He stopped that connection. The way that Uche was listening, he stopped that connection. And people can intimidate while they're on the job, and they can stop that. Know what intimidation means. God said you have to open your eyes to see it. Then like I told Walmart, look, I'm standing. I told Doug, me and this customer, we sitting up there. She's just come up and I tell her, and I say out loud, they should think before they start hiring people, right? They was jealous. The employees had jealousy in 2009. Look at the spirit. The spirit, our government could be a hypocrite. Look at the Holy Spirit, our Jessica employees at 2996 in the deli. And I'm sitting up there I'm saying this out loud, and the customer and the lady, and I say out loud, they should think. I said, Jessica, and I said it out loud, Jessica should think before she hire people. And the lady agreed with me. And they were jealous. Look at the facial expression of the employees in the deli. The facial expression of the behavior of me interacting with the customers. When Robert said, you ain't a good fit, Robert. You ain't a good fit. You and your store managers and your Walmart people, you ain't a good fit. God said, you ain't a good fit. Racism. Yeah, I'm okay. That's Byron, that's you? Cut off that light, Hubert. Grandpa's gonna say something. You ain't a good fit. Walmart, you ain't a good fit. Doug Miller, you ain't a good fit. And I told the Justice Department, you ain't a good fit. But see, jealousy in the Holy Spirit. And I told her, I don't want to meet with Doug Miller. They told me, no, give me. You ain't a good fit. And God said, if the Justice Department blind and don't see how they employees act in jealousy in the spirit, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing when the spirit behavior keep acting up. When the spirit behavior keep acting up, you don't know nothing. Doug Miller don't know nothing. But I don't want to meet you. Give me my money, you little piece of shit. I don't want to meet you in court. That's it. You can meet your lawyers in court and do what you do. I don't want to meet you. Everything that you stand for, God is going to break it. Everything that you stand for, God is going to break it. Everything that you stand for, God is going to break it. God is going to break everything that you stand for. He's going to break. I don't want to meet with you. I made it very clear to Doug Miller. I gave him what I needed. I acknowledged the situation. I gave them the information, Doug Miller and the rest of them. I gave the Justice Department what they needed. They analyzed it. We don't need to meet Doug Miller because you want to be unprofessional and lie. But tell Robert this in Dallas, Texas, you are not a good fit. Your racist ass and what you stand for is not a good fit. But you making money off of my ideas, right? God said we taking, but the enemy's still plotting and planning. I got so much of things that happened in 2019 when Doug Miller and his employees decided to do me wrong. So many things going on, God said. But we got to learn how to deal with everything. We got to learn how to face, because when you're able to face it, the reward will be much greater, God said. When you're able to lash out on others and fight the enemy, fight racism, fight Doug Miller, the reward will be much greater. God said, I'm guiding your hands on you. So if I tell him, hold up, me and Xavier, I was at another store with Xavier that I work with, and look at this white manager and Xavier that I work with at 2996, and look at the clock when he rolled his eyes and jealousy, his spirit behaved itself when I talked to Xavier after all what they did me, right? Look at the spirit behavior. God said, you question that, but God said, when you talk about God, you have that flag, but you don't know what it means, Doug Miller. You don't know what it means, but you lied to your customers. You lied to your employees. Honesty has not been given on the table. And God said, I want you to answer to me. God said, I want you to answer to me, Doug Miller. You and your Walmart family took my ideas, and I want you to answer to me. It doesn't matter. Your employees gonna talk all this shit they want. They're gonna tag and they're gonna do all of these things. But remember this, Doug Miller. We know what you stand for. The heavens know what you stand for. The American flag know what you stand for. And God said, we can break you. We can break you. God said, we can break your lies and your criticism. God said, we been down to no man. The heavens and his disciples, God said, we've been down when you believe in something that great. We've been down to none of them. You lied and you're trying to get back at me, right? You hoping I will say sexy. Let me tell you, they hoping that I would say some things about sexual things, and your employees can deceive me, right? God said, let's tell what Dylan Miller started, and then God said, let me tell her, you hope that I would say the same thing for your racist employees to deceive me again, right? You hoping when I step in all in your Walmart, right? Let's tell the Justice Department what Dylan Miller wants. And we're going to file a civil suit with it. You want the same thing to happen, right? When I go into your Walmarts, right? You want me to have attraction for them, and they deceive me and they don't like me and they racial. But you want to show their behavior, spirit, and you want me to say you're sexy. You want me to do all of these things and all of these things. The society wants me to be alone. Racism with personality want me to be. That's what those Walmart employees want me to be alone, right? God said, I have given you something. They want me to be alone, right? The people that don't want to act right in these businesses, they want me to believe. Racism against personality and disability, they want me to be alone, right? They want to flash their beauty and talk their shit, but they want me to be alone, right? God understand your behavior. God know what you're trying to do before you do it. But that's what you want, right? That's what when we look at society, when we look at racial behavior, society will beat you up and they don't want you with nobody because the way you think, the way you act. They want you to be alone. That's the cause. They want you to be alone, right? They think you don't have nobody, and they want to say you're in a relationship and you with this and that and this and that. The enemy wants you to be on your downfall. The enemy is praying on your downfall. And he's not in a relationship. He's lying that he's single. Because the enemy wants you not to win. They don't want to be attracted to you. They're so busy listening to others, and that can be the downfall, right? God said, I know this earth too well. God said, I know these humans too well. Society wants us to act like we're alone in this situation. So society wants us to be alone, guys. Society want us to be alone. That was society want. They picture those things. Society want us to be alone. But they want us to love each other in the type of name. They want us to love each other in the name of the heavens. They want us to love. They want us to love each other, and they want us to understand each other in the name of the heavens. Understanding these things come with great understanding. I'm back again. My phone act up, and this phone started getting up again. They want us to act up in the name of the heavens, right? One thing, women, they fear, even though another man doing wrong, and somebody close to them, they fear a beatment. They fear those things. That's why they stand on certain people's side when they know they're wrong. Women can be weak too because they stand on people's side when they know they're wrong. And that can be our greatest downfall in society. When they know they're wrong and they can put their downfall on us. When they know they're wrong. I'm sorry that I lost all contact. But understanding the wisdom that we have is much greater.